After more than 3 decades working with people over 50, I've noticed something pretty strange. Some patients take their medications every single day, follow every instruction, and yet their blood sugar stays stubbornly high and their heart health slowly weakens over time. And often the real problem isn't the medication at all. It's sitting right there on their dinner plate. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Some types of fish can bring blood sugar down naturally even more powerfully than a lot of expensive supplements. But there are others that, if eaten the wrong way, quietly increase inflammation and make insulin much less effective. Today, as a 60-year-old doctor who has witnessed thousands of real cases, I want to make this very clear. The 5 types of fish I'm about to share can completely change a diabetic's health. And I think you'll be shocked when you hear about the number one fish, the one many of my colleagues here in the US call nature's medicine for the heart and blood sugar. Stay with me until the end of the video because the final fish on this list might surprise you completely. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future health advice. All right, let's jump in, starting with the very first contender. 1. Sardines. Small but a superfood for diabetics. If there's one type of fish I always recommend my diabetic patients to add to their weekly meals, it's sardines. They may be small, humble, and often overlooked, but sardines are truly a hidden superfood for people over 50. Just one small serving is packed with powerful nutrients, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, selenium, calcium, CoQ10, and taurine, all of which play a crucial role in balancing blood sugar and protecting your heart. Several studies have shown that eating sardines just 2 to 3 times a week can significantly improve insulin sensitivity and lower fasting blood sugar. The omega-3s in sardines help raise your good cholesterol, HDL, lower triglycerides, and protect your blood vessels from damage, something every diabetic should care deeply about. On top of that, selenium and taurine in sardines help protect the pancreas and liver, reduce inflammation, and prevent fatty liver, a common complication when blood sugar stays high for too long. And as we age, many of us start worrying about our bones and memory. Here's the good news. Sardines are rich in calcium and vitamin D, which help maintain bone density, prevent osteoporosis, and also nourish the brain and eyes, reducing the risk of age-related vision loss. What I love most about sardines, though, is how practical they are. Low in mercury, affordable, easy to find, and simple to store, meaning you can eat them regularly without any concern. If you'd like to start small, here are a few simple dishes I often recommend to my patients. Avocado toast topped with sardines for breakfast, a Mediterranean salad with sardines and olive oil, or baked stuffed bell peppers with sardines, delicious, healthy, and easy to make. Sometimes real strength doesn't come from expensive foods, but from small, humble ingredients that carry an entire nutritional treasure chest inside, just like the sardine. 2. Herring, the mighty cousin of sardines. If sardines are the friendly little buddy of your diet, then herring is their strong, quiet cousin, calm on the surface, but packed with healing power beneath. Herring has a milder flavor and softer, richer flesh than sardines. But what really impresses me is its nutrient profile, loaded with omega-3s, vitamin D, vitamin B12, selenium, and high-quality protein, all essential nutrients for diabetics who want to control blood sugar and reduce inflammation naturally. Remember, this chronic inflammation is at the root of insulin resistance, fatigue, and most diabetes-related complications. Thanks to its rich EPA and DHA content, herring acts like a natural fire extinguisher in your body, calming those inflammatory responses, improving insulin sensitivity, and helping your cells absorb glucose more efficiently, often without needing extra medication. I often tell my patients, if you want to keep your heart strong, your memory sharp, and your liver clean, make herring a regular guest at your dinner table at least twice a week. Herring is also one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, even higher than many other fish. And vitamin D doesn't just keep your bones strong, it also supports your pancreas, the organ that produces insulin, which is crucial for blood sugar control. On top of that, herring helps lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and boost HDL, the good cholesterol, all of which are critical for people over 50 with diabetes who often face higher heart risks. If you're wondering how to enjoy it, here are three simple ways I often recommend. Grilled herring with lemon and garlic, light and flavorful. Herring salad with leafy greens, cucumber, and olive oil. Steamed herring with ginger served with brown rice or steamed cauliflower. Simple, balanced, and full of nutrients. One quick tip, choose fresh herring or lightly pickled versions and avoid canned ones packed in oil or loaded with sodium. Eating herring regularly doesn't just help regulate your blood sugar, it's also one of the easiest ways to protect your heart and memory, two of your most precious assets after 60. If you're still watching and finding this information helpful, type 1 in the comments below to let me know you're here. Now let's move on to the final fish I want to share with you today, and trust me, it's the one with the most powerful benefits for diabetics. 3. Cod, the king of white fish for diabetics. After working with older patients for 3 decades, I've realized something important. The best fish for people with diabetes isn't always the most expensive one, or the one packed with omega-3s. Sometimes it's the simple, gentle things that bring the most stability to the body. And cod, that mild, quiet white fish, is exactly one of those things. I still remember one of my patients, Arthur Bennett, 72 years old. He once asked me, "Doctor, I love cod because it's light and easy to eat. But does it actually help my blood sugar?" I smiled at him because even though cod doesn't compete with salmon in omega-3s, it has strengths of its own, strengths that can be even more suitable for people struggling with weight and unpredictable blood sugar. Cod has almost no carbohydrates, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar. Its protein content is impressive enough to keep you full for a long time and calm those cravings for sweets or carbs that so many of us experience after 60. And for those trying to manage their weight, cod's incredibly low calorie count feels like a gift. Another wonderful thing is its vitamin B12. Many people with type 2 diabetes unknowingly have low B12 levels. Cod helps support healthy blood cells, boosts energy, and reduces that lingering fatigue so many older adults deal with. And honestly, the thing that makes me most comfortable recommending Sean is this. It's very low in mercury, a simple but important kind of safety, especially for a body that has weathered many seasons of life. Cod isn't the star of the show, but it's steady, gentle, and reliable, and sometimes it's that quiet consistency that keeps us healthy the longest. 4. Mackerel. After years of working with older patients, I've come to see something fascinating. Some fish aren't just food, they're almost like natural medicine that the body has been waiting for. And mackerel, small, humble, unassuming, is one of those special fish. I still remember the morning Arthur Bennett, now 72, walked into my office and said, "Doctor, I've heard mackerel is great for the heart, but how strong is it really?" That question made me smile because mackerel isn't just good. It's one of the most powerful fish we can add to our diet, especially when we're dealing with diabetes after 50. What makes mackerel special isn't only its rich flavor, it's the incredibly high omega-3 levels, so concentrated that your body practically thanks you from the first bite. These healthy fats lower inflammation, something almost every diabetic struggles with, whether they know it or not. As inflammation goes down, insulin sensitivity improves and the heart feels so much lighter. I often tell my patients that the omega-3s in mackerel feel like a cool breeze flowing through blood vessels that have grown tired over the years. They help reduce plaque, steady the heartbeat, and most importantly, help the body process sugar more efficiently. Of course, choosing the right kind matters. I always recommend Japanese mackerel or Atlantic mackerel, the varieties with safer mercury levels. When we choose well and eat it in the right amounts, mackerel can become a powerful ally in protecting our health. And the older I get, the more I realize sometimes it's the simple, natural things that carry the deepest healing power. Salmon, the shining star in a diabetic's diet. Over more than 30 years of medical practice, I've met hundreds of diabetic patients, people who believe their lives revolved around medication and strict diets. But many of them transform their health with one simple change, adding salmon to their weekly meals. Wild-caught salmon is one of the most powerful natural foods I've ever recommended. It's not only a clean source of protein, it's also packed with omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, vitamin B12, selenium, and especially astaxanthin, a red-orange antioxidant compound that helps protect your pancreas, heart, and eyes from the damage caused by high blood sugar. If you've been dealing with unstable blood sugar, post-meal fatigue, or fading memory, salmon might just be the friend your body's been waiting for. The omega-3s in salmon help reduce deep internal inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and naturally lower blood sugar without sudden drops. Even more importantly, salmon helps protect the beta cells in your pancreas, the ones responsible for producing insulin. In other words, it doesn't just manage diabetes, it helps your body restore its own ability to regulate blood sugar. For heart health, omega-3s in salmon lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and improve blood vessel elasticity. I often call it nature's heart medicine for diabetics. For the brain, DHA supports memory, reduces brain fog, and helps balance mood, common struggles for older adults. Your liver and kidneys benefit too. Salmon helps reduce fatty liver, soothe kidney inflammation, and prevent diabetic kidney complications while keeping your body's filtration system strong. And don't forget, salmon's high-quality protein keeps you full, longer cuts, sugar cravings, and helps maintain steady blood sugar after meals. Here are a few simple, healthy dishes I often suggest to my patients. Grilled salmon with lemon and garlic. Light, flavorful, and easy to make. Salmon and avocado salad with a squeeze of lemon to boost healthy fat absorption. Cauliflower rice with salmon and spinach, filling, low-carb and nutrient-rich. Salmon isn't just a delicious meal, it's truly a natural medicine that helps your body find balance again. When you eat right, you're not just nourishing your body, you're giving yourself more years of strength, clarity, and vibrant energy to enjoy life to the fullest. After decades in this profession, I've realized one simple truth. The biggest changes don't come from medication, they come from small choices you make at the dinner table. And these two patients are living proof of that. Mrs. Maria Chen, 67 years old, California Maria, an Asian American and a former accountant, had been living with type 2 diabetes for over 8 years. When she first came to me, she said, "I barely eat anything, but my sugar's still high." She was always tired and woke up every morning with a heavy head. I gave her one simple suggestion: replace her morning sausage or deli meats with sardines 3 times a week. After just 3 months, the results were remarkable. Her fasting blood sugar dropped from 150 mg DL to 110 mg DL. Her bad cholesterol LDL went down and her fatty liver was completely gone. She felt lighter, more alert, and slept better than she had in years. When I asked how she felt about the change, she laughed and said, "I didn't have to change much. I just swapped red meat for sardines. And my body says thank you every single day." Now, Maria still keeps that habit, and she likes to joke, "Sardines made me feel a few years younger." Mr. James Miller, 63 years old, retired farmer from Kansas. James had lived with diabetes for over 12 years, along with high blood pressure and unstable cholesterol. I suggested a small shift grilled salmon or steamed herring twice a week paired with veggies and fewer carbs. 4 months later, the difference was night and day. His HbA1c dropped from 8.0 to 6.3, his blood pressure stabilized, and he lost over 4 kilograms without doing any intense workouts. He told me with a big smile, "I never thought adding fish to my meals could make me feel as strong as I did in my 40s. Now I can work in the garden for hours and still feel great." At every checkup, he always brings good energy. I live with my grandkids now, and they call me the healthiest grandpa in the neighborhood. You see, sometimes the secret to controlling diabetes isn't in a prescription bottle, it's right on your plate. A serving of sardines or herring eaten regularly can help your body recover, keep your mind sharp, and make your heart stronger one meal at a time. When it comes to a diabetic-friendly diet, I always tell my patients, fish is your friend, but only if you eat it the right way. How much is enough? For adults, especially those over 50, I recommend eating fish at least 2 to 3 times a week, with each serving around 150-200 grams, about the size of your palm. At least half of those servings should come from omega-3 rich fish like sardines, herring, salmon, or mackerel. If you're sensitive to the fishy smell, start with grilled or steamed fish. It keeps all the nutrients without adding extra oil. Blood sugar-friendly cooking methods. Avoid deep frying since unhealthy fats can raise triglycerides and increase inflammation. Instead, try steaming, baking, pan searing, or braising fish with olive oil, turmeric, ginger, or onions. All ingredients that naturally lower blood sugar and fight oxidation. If you eat canned fish like sardines, choose those packed in olive oil or light brine and stay away from ones in vegetable oil or sugary tomato sauce. A few important notes. People with diabetes should limit fish high in mercury, such as swordfish, shark, and large tuna. If you're taking blood thinners or statins, check with your doctor before increasing your omega-3 intake. And remember, fish only works its magic when it's part of a balanced lifestyle. That means healthy eating, good sleep, and regular movement. Our body's like a garden. When you nourish it with real wholesome foods, fresh fish, leafy greens, whole grains, it knows how to heal and bloom no matter your age. If you're living with diabetes, don't just focus on the numbers on your glucose meter. Look at how you're nourishing your body every single day. The three types of fish we've talked about, sardines, herring, and salmon, aren't just nutritious foods. They're nature's gifts, helping your body heal and restore itself from within. They're packed with omega-3s, vitamin D, selenium, CoQ10, and taurine nutrients that help balance insulin, protect your heart, liver, brain, and eyes, the organs most affected when you have diabetes. I've seen hundreds of my patients transform their health simply by adding fish to their weekly meals, moving a little more, sleeping better, and keeping a positive mindset. After just a few weeks, they notice lower blood sugar, stronger hearts, clearer skin, and sharper minds. The key is simple. Start today, even with just one small change. Try swapping that red meat dinner for grilled salmon with lemon and garlic, or have a sardine and green salad for lunch. Your body will thank you one day at a time. If you're still watching and find this information helpful, please comment one below so I know you're on this journey with me. And if you'd like to get more science-based nutrition tips to help balance blood sugar, rebuild muscle, and stay strong after 60, subscribe to Strong Health Way, where I share simple, clear, and practical advice for your best years ahead. Good health doesn't come from luck. It comes from the small choices you make every single day. So make your choice starting today.